Now I need to change into these because I need to see what these look like on. It is such a different way to do a hoop. We're used to doing a hoop forward facing. This, you get to see all of those pear-shaped Diamonique stones along with the round prong set Diamonique stones, all fully cut. This is the first day these are being presented on clearance though. So I just told you how much I love a clearance price.
I want to tell you, that's an incredible price. This is a huge amount of work. You have 6 pear-shaped stones and 25 rounds per earring. You are looking at 3.5 carats of wow. And the reason I called it Swan Song is if you ever go to some little lake and you see Mama Swan and then her babies following in a row, I call them ducklets or chicklets. I think they're called signas or something. But anyway, it just reminded me of this little song of little ducklets moving around. It's so pretty. But this is it. And my manager's son got married in October, and the bride, Joelle, wore these earrings. She wore quite a bit of Diamonique, but she wore these earrings as her bridal earrings. Wow. And she loved them. And then other days when you feel like being a little bit dressed up, they're still useful. There's one thing about buying a $100 pair of crystal earrings is that they're kind of a one-shot deal.
Right.
And then they go in the drawer with the memory and the photograph book, but you don't get to wear them. These are fabulous. They're literally flat against the ear. Mm-hmm. You can wear them left or right. You can wear them with the opening to the back. You can wear them to the front.
Let me show you what that looks like. By the way, can I just tell you real quick, total side note, these backs, and they were on the opals too. Where did you find these? These are amazing because they're like a really large back. If you have, your lobe is too long, your hole is too long, these will make them sit right up at attention.
Well, that's my thing, because the way my ears were pierced, I think they went in on an angle. And what that did was it created a bit of a drop. So I had one ear re-pierced. And the bottom line is at this point, I'm just too old. But if I have a heavier back and weight them, then they stand up properly. And you're also more readily able to use the back without dropping it. Those little teeny, if you have nails, as most of us do, if you're teeny, tiny, and then you drop it, that's it. Then you're with the glasses, you're crawling on the floor looking. And then, of course, you always find it when you're crawling and it hits your knee and it stabs you. But a big back is a very comfortable back. Here, I can show you that back because I think you just did as well.
They're phenomenal. Look at how cool they look this way too. Yeah, it's big. My mom, she had to have them sewn back up because after a while of wearing the big 80s baubles and heavy earrings, they had taken their toll. Gravity had taken its toll, and so she had them sewn up. But I just think we all appreciate that. Look, these are so cool, and they look good both ways.
And they're not too dressy. Even though Joelle wore them for her wedding, they are something, with your hair, they look fabulous. If you were just going out on a Saturday with your hubby, you were just going to, I'm not talking fancy schmancy. I don't care if it's pizza. It's just nice to get out, If you're tomorrow night, my tennis group, we're meeting each other for the first time because this is a new team and many of us don't know the others. There's about 18 of us. And so we have a table at some restaurant somewhere. I never even heard of it. And this is what you might throw on, put your hair in a ponytail. They're a little dressier, but that's okay because everything in my collection, I feel, is wearable at some point during your day. And sometimes you just want to feel a little better. My sister-in-law was telling me she had a manager's meeting, and that means you have to wear like a sleeveless dress and a blazer and a simple pair of earrings and a simple piece of jewelry. Doesn't want to be overdone, doesn't want to have people, as my mother would say, looking at her saying too ruzha-buzha, just elegant. And these are elegant. Those 6 pairs are set with those 25 stones. You're looking at 3.5 carats. I only have it on one ear. 3.5 carats, just so pretty and flat. Whereas the hoop comes forward. These are when you turn sideways is when people see them more. And that's what's kind of cool about them. And I have to say, the price, it's like half. It's even more than half.
Bananas.
Wow.
Okay, you're saving more than you're spending. You're saving $53. They are $44.98. If you have gone out ever shopping for cubic zirconia, which essentially Diamonique is, although it's the best of the best, You can't find a pair of studs, just plain studs, for $44.98, much less
Not in
something.
sterling. Not in sterling, you can't.
No, not in sterling, of course. And something of this quality with that design that I have never seen anything like before. I mean, this is a true, like, perfect opportunity to pick these up and try out Diamonique, because this is the way you do. Maybe it is just for a mother of the bride, bridesmaids, but then you can wear these again. I mean, long gone are those days where you pick up something like this, like you were talking about, Kathy, and you wear it once and then you don't really wear it again because it's not appropriate.
Right.
I mean, jeans and a t-shirt or a cute little maxi dress, running errands, these are totally appropriate. But you're gonna be careful, because you're gonna get compliments. I mean, you're gonna get stopped. If you don't want to get stopped, these are not for you, right? Because they're so different.
They are pretty. And, you know, we don't get that dressed anymore. No matter how dressed we get, it's much more casual than it once was. I was reading something about a cruise ship, and it said, whereas we used to have formal nights and the women wore gowns and the men wore tuxedos, we are now calling it cruise casual.
Oh,
so you are welcome
that's a
to
bummer.
wear. Well, it's true. My husband's thrilled if he ever goes, because he says he can wear his jogging pants and his flip-flops. But the idea is we are dressing down on our own comfort scale.
Yeah.
And I do appreciate that. I don't tend to dress down that much. I still like to dress up. I like to look nice. And if my gentleman doesn't want to, so be it. But the jewelry makes that simpler outfit much more elegant. So
Yes.
that little black dress, that simple pair of white slacks with a great looking crisp shirt and a stunning pair of earrings. You throw your hair back in a ponytail if it's having a bad hair day. And what do you have? Stunning earrings. Rarely does somebody say, love your capris, love your flip-flops. They say, hey, love your jewelry.
Love
Looks great.
your
So
jewelry. Yeah.
I'll
Well,
be back.
more than
Leave this
50% off, but when we have a clearance price, that means we cannot get these back in stock. So for a $15 easy pay, you are going to wear these more than you ever imagined. Now, don't wait on the 14 karat gold plated. Only 120 remain, and then we won't see these again. J415266 is your item number. And Kathy will be back with her All the Best ring. There's a story behind this one. It's a